Dawn, can you talk about today's importance of getting off to a good start? Last game, you had to play catch up most of the game, but you had the 12-0 run in the first quarter and put them in a position of playing catch up the rest of the game.
We wanted to get out to a fast start. We wanted to just kind of take the ball out of Pointer's hands early and let someone else be the dictator of their team. And we did it, for the most part. I mean, she's a good player. She's going to get loose a little bit, but it wasn't her that was creating the flow to their offense. We put Cherry in a position to shoot a little bit more, and she burned us. But sometimes when you take the ball out of the person's hands, that really makes the team go. It's disruptive.
David, and then Joe.
Hey, Dawn, thanks for doing this. The game down in Baton Rouge, you switched off Zaya and Destiny from the ball handling, and it seemed like that was kind of happening today. Is that just an LSU thing, or is this something we might see a little further going forward?
I thought for the game plan against LSU, having Zaya just hawk the ball. I mean, she does a great job staying engaged when she's playing the ball handler. And then, Henny was the rover. Henny was the one that was supposed to double on to Porter to keep her at bay. And I just thought just changing that lineup would benefit LSU. But going down the line, I think we did it one other time where we put Zaya on the point guard. She used to play the point guard last year, so it's not a totally foreign position for her to play. It's just I think sometimes it jumpstarts her to play a little bit quicker, to maybe get some easy buckets just from what she does on the defensive side of the ball.
Joe, and then Keith also.
Coach, the end of the game seemed like a real teaching moment for your team. You left a couple of stars on the bench watching the lead dwindle. First of all, why did you stay so patient? And what's the significance of seeing the role players play in a significant moment to close out a game and get the victory?
I was pretty stubborn when it came to I wanted them to finish it out. And they need game experience. They need where it's tight. It's a good teaching moment. It definitely will allow us to get them to grow in areas they need to grow in. And it may not be in that setting, but just for the players that are coming off the bench and don't play very much in those situations, they need to approach it like that. When they get in a game, they have to think the game is on the line, just because they don't get that much experience. But it is what it is. I just chose to stay with it and coach them through it.
Keith, and then Mike.
Hey, Coach, happy Valentine's Day, and congratulations on 31 straight SEC wins. But in the second half, a couple weeks ago, you asked me, how hard it was to watch. So I'm going to ask you. I could see some frustration when they flashed the camera. The turnovers, and then I know 3 times you called timeouts working on, end of quarter special situations, and then got no execution there. What's the key takeaway? And I'm sure a lot of film and stuff that you can show the players.
Obviously, when we turn the ball over as much as we turned it over, I think we turned it over 8 times in the fourth quarter. I just gave them the liberty to try to fix it. And I don't think we did that. But that's the very thing that we worked on yesterday, is those situations, calling the timeout, advancing the ball, taking it out on the side. And we actually practiced like that. So I wasn't surprised to see it, but at some point, players really have to take it upon themselves to be able to make plays in those situations. Because you can't, the timeout is 30 seconds, or you get one full timeout. It's your habits. You have to, as an inbounder, you have to scan the room, and you have to make decisions, within 4 seconds, or else, what happened to us tonight was we turned the ball over. So we got a lot of footage to continue to get better at. those sideline out of bounds plays are, same thing that happened at UConn. That's why we worked it the other day. And we have to continue to do that, to put people at ease and know that they're going to make good decisions in those situations.
Mike and then Greg.
Hey, Don, I know stats sometimes can be misleading and you can kind of twist them and bend them any way you want just to be able to back your argument. But, over the last 2 seasons, I don't know if you're aware of this. When you guys score 60 points or more, you guys are 49-0. What is it that makes it so difficult to be able to beat you guys when you do get to that mark? I know today wasn't pretty and, in some phases, like you talked about with turnovers, but second chance opportunities, you guys were able to do that. How does that kind of help into a statistic like that and just makes it difficult for teams to beat you?
I attribute that to our defense. So no matter what, no matter what our offense looks like, because we're always a work in progress when it comes to that, our defense has put us in a lot of great positions to win basketball games. So we're going to continue to hang our head on that. I think what our offense prevents us from becoming, we're a very good basketball team. We're not a great basketball team. And I think that's the portion that really holds us back. Yes, we could, at times we could put a lot of points on the scoreboard. We have a stingy defense, but until we're able to take that leap of being great, that is making layups, that is, making people pay in transition offense, our half-court offense is going to be what it is. I think they have a really good understanding of what we need and what we want in the half-court. I think what's holding us back is transition and a half-court, just making the proper basketball play. If someone's open, pass the ball. I mean, the ball will absolutely tell the person or the team who should be shooting the ball.
Greg and then Joe.
Don, you talked about trying to get some of those key reserves, important minutes, a lot of experience in end of game situations. Is it at all kind of feel weird to be doing that in the middle of February, given just, the status of the year and maybe not getting in as many games as you need to, or is that kind of just, or you feel comfortable doing it this late in the season?
I mean, I did it today because I felt it. I'm a feeler. A lot of what I do is I feel the game. I've done that as a player. I do it as a coach. I mean, they got it down to what, 7 points. We got good players. They just, we got good player reserves who aren't put in the position time and time again to have to play that. So they won't know. It's a foreign place for them. And I hope that coming down the stretch that they will familiarize themselves with playing in games that are tight like this, and everything that you do determines whether or not we win or lose. They're not really in those situations. They don't really think about those situations in practice. So at some point, I thought that today was a great day where, it wasn't a fast-paced game. It was a game in which it was slowed down. You have to think. And I also left Penny out there, our starting point guard, and Bree, and to give, some of those reserve players opportunities to play with starters. We didn't clear the bench. I don't think I would have been stubborn enough to clear the bench, but sometimes when you have reserves that play just with reserves, the 5 of them, they don't play the same way. So we wanted to play them with some starters to see what that looked like.
Doug and then Pete Belly.
Hey, Dawn, good to see you. This is obviously a challenging year for everybody off the court with all the stuff going on. Can you think back in your time coaching and playing? I mean, is this tougher because you just don't know when the next game may be, or you're, as Nikki said, a win is getting all negative tests, so to speak, before a game? Like, is this something that you think maybe, because February is known as like the sort of the dog days, getting ready for the tournaments, and it seems people seem more tired now, at least especially mentally, than in the past, it looks like?
Honestly, Doug, I'm refreshed. I mean, I'm embracing what we have, because it forces coaches to coach differently. It forces coaches to prioritize a little bit differently. And if you're not if you're so stringent in your habits and the way you do things, you're feeling it right now. We're not so regimented in doing things the way we normally do things because it ain't normal. So if you're able to pivot, you're gonna ride this wave. If we get shut down at any point, we're gonna ride the wave. I mean, we're ready. We're ready to watch film. We're ready to say, hey, 7 days. We're ready to ramp up. So we have those things in place just in case. But our players are ones that are taking this thing very, very seriously because they want to play. They want to experience an NCAA tournament. And being in the COVID season is hard enough for them, but they're pivoting as well because they want to play.
Can you give an example of something you're doing differently that you said that you've changed?
I mean, when we had a false positive, I mean, we just went into motion like, okay, this is what we're doing. We're gonna do the Zoom. We're gonna prepare ourselves just in case that it is a false positive. That's why we were able to come out of those 3 negative testing protocol days, and we were ready to play Kentucky, a top 10 team in the country at the time, because we never flinched. It is what it is. You can't wait the 3 days out. You have to work during the 3 days to make sure that if you have an opportunity to play, because you don't know. I mean, you look at Mississippi State right now. I mean, they played 2 games in 25 days. That's hard, and I know they can't help that, but at the same time, I know they're just not sitting around saying, oh, we don't know when we're going to play again, so let's just get ready 3 days before we play. No, you have to have things in place. You have to virtually prepare when it's time to prepare, but you also have to enjoy moments. We're in somewhat of a bubble, so at times I have some of our players over at my house to have some dinner when they're all negative. Now, before we were tested 3 times a week, I think it was during Halloween. I had them over at my house, but they were outside. So we watched the movie outside. So we social distance. So you have to just be able to mix in some things with what they're dealing with and also provide them with a good experience.
Thanks, Coach.
Mhm.
Keith and then Keith.
Hey, Don, talking about embracing the moment. I know the week didn't start out the way you wanted, but the way it's come, are you happy with the way your team performed? And do you feel like they answered some questions because you don't have Ty and Kiki who you could rely on as you did last year?
I'm pretty happy with how our team approaches this season in each game. We honestly, I did not know what it would look like coming in, having Destiny Henderson as our lead point guard. I know she wasn't in those situations a whole lot when Ty, her first 2 years when Ty was here. So we'd have to work with her very early on. We shortened our playbook, just so she wouldn't have to think about a whole lot of things. As the season progressed, we opened it up. Now she's able to handle, an influx of information, because she knows we create a routine with her, and now, she has a pretty good understanding of it. Aaliyah Boston helps. Everybody has raised their level of play and intellect when it comes to this game that we're playing. Our point guard isn't out there alone, just trying to do things. They have people that that can remind her, keep her on task. She's reminding other people. So it's more of a total team effort. But everybody's embraced their roles for our basketball team, and they're thriving in it.
And we'll close it out with Keith.
Hey, Coach, could you just talk about, I mean, to me, you and your team are to be commended for how you've embraced and handled the COVID protocols and everything. You haven't had to shut it down other than the one false positive. And then secondly, few weeks ago, you told me at some point you were going to have to just trust Anaya Russell, down the stretch to get her more minutes. How did you think she responded? And do you think she's getting to the point to where you can depend on her more late in games?
I mean, I thought today helped. You know, it helped a lot. I actually wanted to get her in the game a lot sooner today than we did. But Zaya and Destiny Henderson they were just playing so well together. And when they're on, we have to take advantage of those opportunities. It's when they're not really playing so well that you can take a chance, because heck, if they're sticking it up, why not try somebody else? And I thought she handled the 2.5 minutes that she got at the end of this game. We set her up to do the things that she loves to do, which is put her head down and drive. They called a walk on her once. She got to the basket, got to the free throw line. So those are confidence boosters for her. So I'm hoping that if we're in a position where we need to insert her into the game early, that she has some something in her bag to refer back to.